I don't know about you, but if you get anything with cats on it as a gift for me, I'm a happy camper. I'm very easy to shop for in that way. So I just got this Paws Tarot Deck recently. I'll be unboxing it and reading from it today. Welcome back to Sweet Infinity. My name is Kieran, and today I'm going to be unboxing, flipping through, and then reading from this deck, the Paws Tarot Deck by Spell. I just got this recently. Let the feline magic unfold. Because this deck is just so cute. I saw pictures of it and I just fell in love. Comes with a little guidebook, very, very pink. And let's unbox it. Ooh. The cards are gorgeous, and they have this gold foil on the corners, on the edges. That's the back of them. Unlock the sacred mysteries of tarot. And yeah, each card has the most adorable illustration of cats, and it seems like they're trying to stick to the original Rider-Waite iconography, but just with really adorable big fat cats. As somebody who is absolutely in love with all cats, this is just so perfect. Okay, I'm going to start shuffling this and then do a reading from the Paws Tarot Deck. While I shuffle, please remember to subscribe to this channel. And, ooh, 7 of Wands and 8 of Wands. But that just fell out because it's a new deck. So I'm going to keep going. Please subscribe to this channel and remember to leave a little thumbs up for me. I'd appreciate that. And also let me know if you like any particular tarot decks, if any of your tarot decks are just the ones that keep calling you back, or if you just like the traditional tarot deck, that's fine too. I have also read from the traditional deck a lot. So I'm going to just shuffle this off camera. And I'll be right back because there's going to be a lot of shuffling involved, so I'll do that off camera. Okay, so I'm back. I have shuffled all of this deck really, really well. And now we can do a reading. So today, let's talk about something to do with trust. I'm just seeing the word trust and betrayal when I look over this deck and these cards. Trust and betrayal. Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords is the cat who is on a mission. You see, his sword is held up high. He is going places. He's headed for a greater purpose. Is that what you have been feeling, or that you used to feel that way? The Hierophant. Something to do with religion. I feel like you were either on or within a religious structure when you felt that you were on a mission. Maybe you felt that you had a God-given duty to do something, some kind of, if not actual missionary practice, but something to do with using faith and religion to achieve a goal, to achieve an ideal of some kind. Ace of Pentacles. And maybe you even had some kind of financial windfall because of all this. So you thought maybe you could use the money that you had, you could use it for a good cause, something that promotes the religion, that somehow works within the structures. And so I feel like this is like your backstory, where there's something to do with maybe you want to start a new project or a new venture for your church or your religion, and something where you had this purpose, you had this mission, and you felt that you were on a mission from God, even, or whatever you want to call it. And maybe somebody told you, somebody who was wise, that you should also be pursuing something creative. Like Queen of Wands is the queen of creativity. See all the little paintings underneath. So this is her, and this cat is like drawing. So this is about creativity, and maybe you wanted to do something where you had ideas of like how you can creatively benefit the church or the religious community that you were part of. And so on some level, you wanted to bring this creativity and this energy of a new project. And then you saw the Five of Pentacles come up, which is about poverty. It's about being left out in the cold. It's about deprivation. It's about being shunned by the community. And so something happened. Maybe you were too creative for some people. Maybe those who were in positions of power within that community or structure that you wanted to help advocate for, they didn't necessarily like all that creativity you were bringing, right? That happens. There's these entrenched leaders and entrenched groups that tend to take over. And so you also have come to realize that there is something about nostalgia, and you're kind of missing. You have nostalgia, maybe for that sense of community that you had or the sense of mission that you had. And on some level, you're really missing that because you have been feeling betrayed, right? Like on some level, there's that betrayal that happens when you try to do good and it doesn't really work out the way that you were hoping. Eight of Wands and the Sun both came up at the same time. Eight of Wands is about things changing very quickly. Very quick decisions have to be made. So while you want to kind of sit and feel bad for yourself and maybe have a bit of nostalgia, and like it's very tempting, right, to sit in nostalgia and to just think about the past or stay in that headspace. And I think it's also, there's nothing wrong with it. I think it's necessary at times. But at this point, there is some stuff coming up for you that it's going to require you to make some very quick decisions. It's going to be very immersive. Like there's a sort of your inner light is coming out, like the sun here and all of the sunflowers looking at the sun, and you as the main character here on this beautiful unicorn. What a cute card. Look at this card. So these two things coming up at the same time, this is about quick decisions that will lead you to a place of immense light, and your path will be clear. It will become clear, even though there has been this deprivation, poverty, and maybe a lack of a sense of belonging, a lack of a sense of home or community. But you have to understand that if you act quickly, you know, they say that luck likes those who act. If you want to be lucky, if you want to have luck, you have to be ready for luck. And so on some level, you have to kind of be good fishing for luck. You have to go out fishing. You have to put your fishing net wide and catch some luck. And that's one of the things that this card and this reading are telling me, is that on some level, maybe the path you were on was not the right path for you. You have this great spirit of wanting to make a difference, wanting to make a change that benefits, you know, people and those who are outside of you, not just yourself, but you have this greater mission. And even if you have been misunderstood or shunned, that doesn't mean that things are over, because you have some pretty big decisions and pretty quick decisions that you have to make soon. And they will involve Seven of Wands, which is about standing your ground, about being who you are in your full authenticity, having boundaries around what you are willing to cave into and not cave into. And on some level, just like saying, no, this is where I stand. Look at this cat, right? So there's 7 wands in here, and he's holding one of them. He's got his feet on both sides of his land here. There's a little river that's flowing there. And the idea is that he is staked out his claim and he knows who he is. And there's that sense of assuredness, self-confidence in a way, because you have been through the fire, because you have seen what happens when you get betrayed, when your expectations are hurt, when somebody betrays you, when somebody doesn't understand you, when, you know, those who might be trying to stifle creative voices abuse their power, right? That doesn't mean that you have to give up on your original mission, because you can't, even if you wanted to. You see, the first one we got is this guy on a motorcycle, and then we see this cat on a unicorn, and all of the sunflowers are there because the sunflowers are there to appreciate the sun and this mission and this hero who is going to help them achieve that goal of, you know, being one with the sun. And this one, you know, he's very protective. There's a certain sense of protection, and there's a sense of, there's a warrior spirit, you know, and that's a beautiful spirit card here. Let's do one more card. The old world is dead. The death card is about ultimate change. Change is a constant in the world, in our lives, in the universe. Everything is always changing, even if we can't see the change. And death is the ultimate change. Death for us represents the ultimate change, the change that we cannot control, and that's why it's scary. But you are not afraid. You know, I'm going to read one more card. Page of Swords. You are not afraid because you are somebody who goes out there and see, it's dark, but this cat is out there with his little backwards hat and his little sword. And you're not afraid of the world. You're not afraid of whatever is on the other side because you have that confidence in yourself. How are you not afraid? Because you have to know yourself. So the more time that you spend getting to know yourself, getting to know what you are willing to do, what you're not willing to do, and accepting that not everybody will understand you. Not everybody will be on your side. Not everybody will be your friend. Not everybody will support you. And that's okay because they're on their journey. They're on their own path. And they don't have to crisscross with yours, or they might cross yours for a little while and then diverge again. That's okay too. So at the end of the day, we have to just remember that life and death are interconnected. Everything is always living and always dying. Everything is always changing. And we have to be okay with that. We have to learn how to be okay with it. Sit with yourself. Sit with your silence. Do some meditation. Draw, paint, write. Whatever you do, do something creative and communicate with other parts of yourself that are afraid, your inner child, maybe even multiple versions of your inner child at different stages of your life. Communicate with them and learn how to draw your boundaries. It's very important because that will help you not be, run over again by those in power or betrayed again or be left out in the cold, because you cannot be left out in the cold if you are comfortable in your own place and you have your own boundaries that nobody is allowed to cross. On some level, you have to protect yourself. And that's what this reading is about, is learning to protect yourself. And you already have it. Like, you already know this. So a lot of this is just a reminder for you to remember what you already know. I hope this was useful and helpful. Please come back and look at some of my other videos and check me out on Patreon. I also post stories that I write, short stories, on my Patreon. It's in the description below. If you want to purchase this deck, it's also linked in the description. And I'll be back with another reading very soon. As always, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and have a sweet infinity.